Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another Tech Talk. My name is Jamie Trujillo. I will be moderating the Tech Talk, and I am here with our brilliant Montserrat Ollanadel, who is our presenter. Today's topic is taking your online instruction to the next level, talking about Nearpod. So just as a reminder, please make sure to have yourselves muted. I can see that everybody has that, so thank you. If you need to ask a question or you have a comment, you can unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat. I will be sharing a link in the chat one more time that will give you view-only access to a Google Doc that will show you how to access this presentation as a student. You can also see on the top left of the screen the code, which is FEGUP. If you access Nearpod from another device, just enter that code and you will be able to see Monte's presentation on that screen. So with that said, I will turn it over to Monte.
Hi, Jamie. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here today. And I hope, again, I'm going to mention, I hope this is not confusing. The whole point is for you to have the whole experience, right? To be a student and to be a teacher at the same time in 30 minutes, let's say 30 minutes. But I'm going to try to go slow and step by step in each of these parts. Also, this is just an overview. And we are planning to have more workshops just to get into each detail of this amazing program. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the next slide. So this is, welcome everybody. Again, my name is Montserrat, and I will be your presenter for today. I'm very excited about doing this webinar because if Tina is here, watching this later, I've been talking so much about Nearpod, and it's my favorite program. It's been for years, and I'm so excited to share all this, my insights with Nearpod. So, and also we are with awesome Jamie Trujillo that is going to be moderating the chat. So if you have any questions, just let her know. And I know some people will be a little late, so don't worry about it. We are going to show this later, and you're going to have access in an asynchronous way as well. And we are going to talk about all those things during this presentation. So as you see, before I get started, this is how Nearpod looks when you are presenting into a class, right? The one on your phone, it looks the same, but it looks a little cooler in a way, a little better. But I just want to show you the way of because on your phone, you have the student view, because today you are using Nearpod as a student. And on the screen, I'm showing you the teacher view. So if somebody gets lost, you are going to share, again, the link, the code that you need to add. We already created some instructions for that. But as you see, you can share the code in different ways, as email. Social means Facebook, Twitter, as a link. It works with Google Classroom, which makes us very happy. And these other two tools that I don't use it more, but maybe for you, it's a great way to share the link as well. Also here, I can see that I have 12 people participating in this webinar, which made me very happy because I know you're watching the Meet code, the Meet view, the one that we are sharing in this webinar, but also in my Nearpod, I have 12 people, and I can tell you who is here, right? So that's the great thing that you can actually see when you are teaching. Also, this is a great part that I want you to check. When they are sharing answers, you can hide the student names, or you can make them available. So that's up to you. But it gives you a good idea of how to manage when you are, depending on the questions you are doing, and it gives you some flexibility to decide what is the best way to deliver your content. So let's talk about what is Nearpod. It's a platform that promotes engagement in every way. So as you know, our team is been promoting different tools to promote engagement, such as Pool Everywhere, WhatsApp, Flipgrid, Google Slides, everything, add-ons, different things. However, Nearpod has everything in one place, which makes this tool very powerful and flexible, because it's a dream come true for some people that love technology and really want to engage. And everything works in real time, like we are doing now, and we are going to experiment some of these tools. But also, if you are connected in a different time in asynchronous way, you can also share your presentation with your students, which is also a great way to facilitate content. So where and how can be used? And I'm going to start with a few introductions and overview, and then we're going to get to play. So get ready, okay? So how can we use Nearpod? Face-to-face instruction is great. I use it for trainings in my class with my students, but also for hybrid and online learning is a great platform. As you are seeing now, you are experiencing what it looks if you are connected on your phone, how it's going to look for your students. Synchronous, asynchronous modalities both work great, and you can use this for meetings with your coworkers, also trainings with in higher education. I use this for grad school in one of my presentations, so you can really use it in any different setting. What are the benefits for the learner? And as you see, I put a little video, I mean, picture of a brain, because we are in adult education, we really are transitioning and we care so much about how the students are learning. And this is a tool that promotes this learning in a way that consider best practices. So it will help you to assess social and emotional learning skills. I will show you how, but also this is a great way to connect with the students. As we know, we cannot try to make this situation normal. We are going through a huge social, and also after a pandemic, things are not going well for a lot of our students. So this is very important to mention, how to connect with them and ask them how they are doing. And what better way to use a tool to do that? Nearpod is going to help you to assess the emotional and social being of the students. Also, it's a great feedback tool. Helps you to provide meaningful and one-on-one feedback. Also, check understanding. It's a great reflective tool. And the most important part that I think that I put it on the bottom of this presentation is that promotes learner accountability and increased engagement. Why? Because the reports are fantastic, and I will show you in this presentation how to check those out, and you will see who's participating, how they are answering the questions, and how they are doing. So I'm going to repeat. If you are joining this presentation, I would love for you to participate so you can see how that looks from the teacher view as well when you get the results of the engagement activities. So what are the tools that Nearpod offers? So you can see, as you can see here on the screen, there are many tools that we already know, such as the PDF viewer, some 3D things, videos. So that's great, right? That's a great way to facilitate content in different modalities which we promote. Also, and I'm going to show you very quickly then when I show you the screen how these things look, how they are, and then you can choose, because like I've been mentioning, you can make these presentations in Nearpod very flexible and adaptable to your subject. Whether you teach ESL or math or science, is going to work for you. So then the other tools for learning activities that Nearpod offers are Draws, Collaborate, which is a Padlet way. It's a bulletin board where you can collaborate with ideas, and and it's like you create a great learning environment, collective learning environment. Pools, you can fill the blanks, you have quiz. Also, as you see here, Flipgrid is another one that is good, that we already create a webinar. So as I've been repeating multiple times, everything is embedded in one place. And this is me being very happy of having Nearpod now for us to use, because it's so exciting. I think if we really are going to take online learning to the next step by using this tool. So now, how to use it. And as you see, I have this little diagram that shows, and now after this, I'm going to show you how. So first, you are going to create or download. Yes, download means that also we got the school, the school, I forgot. We got the school
Account.
account.
Yeah.
Thank you. The school account of Nearpod. We got access to a full library of lessons that we can use from other teachers, and they are fantastic. And also I'm going to show you that. Then you're going to share the presentation with your students, right? Like I'm doing with you with the code. And as you see, I have the control of the slides. So if you look on your phone, I'm the one who has the control of the pace of the presentation. So in this case, the students are required to follow your piece, right? So that's what I wanted to show you on your phone, how that will look as a student. And then it will make more sense when we start using the engage, like the interactive tools. So then the students will interact and submit responses, right? You're going to do that very soon. And then I'm going to be able as a teacher to monitor and measure the quality of your work and also give you feedback and also show you how that looks. So which is very excited. Nearpod also work in combination with Google Slides and PowerPoint, right? The Office 365 version of PowerPoint, which is the online version. So with Google Slides, as you see, this is what I have. Like I'm going to show you how that looks, but that's what I've been using to create this presentation. And let me go back here, and this is how it looks. So please, Jamie, let me know if you see the other screen that I'm showing you. This is the presentation. Is
yes,
working?
we can see
Okay.
the presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know because sometimes you know what happens with Meet.
Sure.
So let me know if it gets lost. Okay, so this is how the presentation looks, correct? And you need to use Nearpod the add-on of Nearpod to use the presentation. Okay, in other words, you need the add-on Nearpod add-on to connect your Google Slides to the presentation. But I'm not going to mess with this presentation because I'm doing a live webinar, but I'm going to go to the Nearpod website, which is this one, right? As you see, this is how it looks from the teacher end, right? So in this window, you can see create your own. You have the option of creating your own in Google Slides or in Nearpod directly here. So I'm going to go with the first view, right? So this is how it looks. It's taking me to my Google Slides, right? And this is where you're going to get. It's going to take you to your NMDEL account because also, let me come back very quick and just to show you how you know, in case you have another account with Nearpod. I will show you after. I'm sorry about that. I just want to keep in one tool. So here you are using Google Slides. I want you to go and check your add-ons because we are going to use them to connect the Google Slide with Nearpod. Click here and click in Get Add-ons. You're going to click here. This new window is going to open. And you're going to type here, Nearpod. In this case, it says installed. But now because you are new to this, let's assume that you're going to click that one, and then you're going to install this add-on on Google Slides. So remember to refresh, and then you're going to get this view. So here, you are going to have it right this way. And you're going to open Nearpod. And this is what you're going to get. On the right, you are going to get a menu where you can start adding some tools, right? So here, this is actually the instructions, but I wanted to show you in case you're watching this video and you need some step-by-step how to do it. So I'm going to choose a theme first before I start because that's how I develop my presentation. So let's say we're going to use this one and you're going to add a new slide. And then we do a little introduction, welcome, and let's do a check-in activity. So let's open Nearpod. And this is how it's going to look. Okay, so now you are going to use the tools that I showed you in the beginning, any tools. For example, let's do a collaborate check-in, and it's going to open on your Google slide and say, quick check-in, and you type there. And is how or what do you know about fractions, let's say. Share your examples. And then you're going to click save. And then that's how it's going to look in your presentation. So you have it right there. So then to be done with this, you're going to click save and go to Nearpod. If you want to, the first recommendation is for you to create your presentation first, add your tools, and when you are done, just go and go to Nearpod. Okay, so you always work on Google Slide, and when it's done, you click here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to my presentation. And this is, again, this is my screen. You will see on your phone that nothing happened, right? Nothing happened here. Um, I'm gonna try to go save and go to Nearpod. I hope it doesn't alter the presentation that we have live. So Jamie gonna need to check that on me, because I'm afraid that it could mess up. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So if I go click here, perfect. So that's where it's saving the presentation. I was afraid of alter the live session that I have with you, but it didn't. So that's how you create a new presentation on Nearpod using Google Slides. So if you want to do a live session, you're going to share the link. I'm not going to do that because that's going for you can have one live session at a time, and we already have this webinar. Okay. So then you can edit and do different things. That's also, but again, if you are using Google Slides, you have to go to your screen here and do all the additions here. And when you are done, click that button that I showed you before. So let's come back to the Nearpod platform. And then the other option is to create a lesson directly in Nearpod. And that's how it looks. So I just click there. So this is how it looks. So you're going to add a slide. And also I'm going to show you the tools, right? So you're going to click here, content. These are all the amazing things that we have, which is very exciting. I feel like a kid with all these toys now, right? So for example, let's try this one. It's a new tool, which, because we got the school account, which allows you to have even more tools than the free version of Nearpod. So if you click here, vocabulary is just a way that the students will learn vocabulary of different topics. So let's say current events. So you just click any of these and then you preview, right? And this is going to show you I don't think you're going to hear the sound, but it will show you a video with great music and like that. So I'm not going to play the whole thing. So let's do here. Okay, it sounds so much better when you really have the sound. So check this out. So then you're going to click add. Okay, and then if you like that one, perfect. So you have one. Then you can click here and let's go and click a simulation. So look all the things that you have. And math teachers, this is a great thing for you, and for the science teachers as well. So these are just things for fractions and math. And let's check high school, because we are preparing students for the high school equivalency test. So let's check this out. Let's check preview. And that's what I show is an acid and base solution. So let's see here how that is going to look. I don't know if it's pH. I don't know what I cannot do that, but you can play with this in a way. I haven't used this for science yet, but the students can play with this and just see how that changed. And also you have the equation right here. So this is a great way to teach. And then if I like that, I'm going to add that there, right? So then you have a full deck of toys to play with. And if you go to activities, this is where your learning activities come. So you can assess your learners in a way that is directly and indirectly, right? You can do summative assessment, so you can do formative assessment. So you can create a poll, you can create a quiz, all of these tools. So that's how it looks. I recommend too that let's see here. If you're doing a slideshow here, in my opinion, no, that's another one that I wanted to use. That one. This is how you create presentations in Nearpod. However, if you Google Slide is so much better in terms of creating vibrant graphics. So I recommend, if you like that, try to do everything in Google Slides. It works so much better, because as you see, these are just a few templates and they are not as user friendly like Google slides. Okay, so that's just a recommendation, but again, I'm encouraged, I would love for you to explore, because that's the best way to learn how to use this tool. So when you're done, you just click save and exit, and then you can put a test with the name, the grade, let's do PD or higher, like that, and then you got it in your also lesson plan. So those are the two ways that you create lessons. And I'm going to go back to the Nearpod view right here. So as you see, the students, yes, are seeing this. So they never, in the other way, in other words, I show you how to create the content, which is the teacher job. But the students, if you look on your phone, nothing happened. They're still looking at this slide because I'm controlling the presentation. So let's go to the next slide. Something I wanted to mention, because I know in adult education we use Google for education and we use Google Classroom mainly, but there are other ways that Nearpod is being used across the country. And I think I don't know if it's really true, but I know they're trying to get it internationally. So we'll see. I hope that works because it's such a good program. But as you see at this link, you can find how Nearpod will work with other learning management systems, and they explain step by step how to do it. So I just put that there in case you want to explore that option. And if you're not using Google Classroom, I found it very easy to follow, and the customer service of Nearpod is great. So check that option out. So how to invite participants? As you saw, that's how you share the link. Or I recommend that if you are using this with your students, these work great on mobile devices, as you can see. So let them download the application because it's easier and they can get used to access to the program using one way. But if no, just share the link and then join a session with the code that you will share, like I've been doing it like that. Okay, so that's a very easy way to access. Students don't need an account. Participants don't need an account. The only one that need the credentials is the one who's creating the content, or the teacher in this case. So let's try some of the basics tools. So get ready, because I really would like for you to try. I'm going to do, because I have the control of the presentation, I'm going to give you some time to respond to the questions. Okay, but keep in mind that sometimes I have to go fast because I want to be mindful about your time. So let's try the first view. So as you see, this teacher view looks a little different than the student view. So if you can join us now, and on your phone, participate by responding to that question, right? So where are you located? And if you can respond, this screen is going to start populating, you see? But on your phone, it's going to look just like a multiple option question, right? So let's give it a moment. So this is the teacher view again, you have the option of looking this, and which is great. I'm not looking at the student's name right here, right? So you are not seeing them now, but in the report is going to appear, which is great. This is the way that you can assess more complex questions or private questions for the students. And now let me share how that's going to look. So right here, as you can see on your phone, you're going to get a graphic that is going to show you the results. But on my screen here is just how the teacher sees it. So we have 25% is from Central New Mexico, right? And let me see, and we have 0 out of state, and we have 10% of people out of this world. That's awesome. So that's how that looks. And so you can see, please compare both views. So again, remember, on the phone, you have the student view, and here on the screen, you have the teacher view. So that's one of the things that you could do. This is an easy way to assess content. You can change the question and play around, but it's a great way, okay? And then I stop sharing by clicking that button. But I like to share how that looks. Okay, so let's go to the next activity. This is something that I use a lot with my students. So I give you a picture, right? And I want you to draw, use your phone and just draw how you are feeling today, right? So let me see if I click that, I'm gonna see your names. If no, I'm not gonna see your names. So for some reason, yeah, I see all of you. So if you can draw your, and as you see, it says awaiting drawing. So just share. So we have Nancy in progress, Cindy in progress, Liliana. Oh, Liliana's happy, Nancy's happy, and it's okay. That's great. But if you don't want to share that, that's also good because we give some privacy to the students so they can be honest and we build this trust, right? So as you see, those are different options, and this is, so I'm going to give some time again, but that's how you will do it in a classroom with your students. The great thing about it, you can use this for math and make a graphic. You can make this for science and create also some pictures for students to mark the right option on the picture. So there are many opportunities to be creative. So as you see, I have a lot of people already responding. Thank you for participating. This is great. That's fantastic. So if I move this next, you are going to lose this screen and also the ability to respond to the question. So I'm sorry, guys, if you didn't have time to finish, but I hope you could see how this worked. Okay, so if you're in a classroom, I would recommend to have more time to do these activities. But again, I really want to be mindful about your time. So thank you for participating. So next question. It's not actually a question, it's an activity. So this is a 3D experience in Nearpod, and I wanted to share a beautiful, amazing, I'm fascinated by the sky. So this is a black hole. So you can play around with your phone and see how that looks, move around and make it smaller, make it bigger. So please play around your phone. It's just an activity that allows your students to access to cool technology. There are many 3D things that on Nearpod, so I encourage you to explore. A lot of these also apply to science, and I was amazed by the quality of the pictures. Okay, so just play around. I will give you a couple minutes to just hang out and just play with the black hole right here. Okay, great. So let's go to the next activity. Now, because I know we are tired, I wanted to give you a trip to Santorini, and look how beautiful it is. They're using virtual reality. You can connect to also these virtual, they call field trips. There are some technology that you can use to make it even better, but I feel that even now, like using this, is so cool. So let's go to Santorini. Let's check this awesome sunset. And wow, right? So I know you teachers are tired, you deserve a break. You can go to Machu Picchu, you can go to Chile, you can go to different places around the world and take your students with you. There are also some museums that you can see. It's just a picture, but it's just so cool. And I'm sure some of our students haven't experienced technology this way. So this is a great way to talk about geography and social studies. Is great. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one too. So in this case, I have a video, and this is the video that the webinar that I did about add-ons. And I just wanted to show you how that looks. So as you see in this case, this is a message is asking you if you want to share this with this device. So or with all the devices. So I'm just going to say, oh, so you're going to see this video as well, but you have the option, right? So let's do that. This is not a good picture of me, but somebody has to take it, right, for the team. So just, it's fine. So yeah, this is what I explained how to use add-ons. So if you really don't know how to do it, I recommend you to watch this video and start using the Nearpod add-on like I showed you before. So then let's go to the next one. Perfect. So those are just a few activities to show you how Nearpod looks from your end as a student. So we got a school district account. So I'm so excited. See, I'm even flying right here. But the truth is that this is so fantastic. You can invite up to 200 people for session. You have all that space for storage. The lesson size, because as you saw, you can add videos and a lot of cool stuff. You don't want to do all of them at once, right? So but it's still a lot of space, right? And all the features, which is fantastic. We are so excited, and I will come back to show you after I finish with this part how the teacher view looks, and you can access to the reports and also the library. Okay, so let me see how. So as you saw, I just moved to the next one. Let's do that before. Okay, sorry about that. Let me come back to the Nearpod screen. I'm going to share my screen and show you how the library looks. So here, I'm on the Nearpod teacher view, right, where you're going to have your account. This is what it says, school user. Don't create an account yet, okay, because we are going to give you this one. If you create an account, and now you are going to get a silver account, and doesn't have all the features that a school account has. So wait, we are going to send you an email, or you're going to get an email for Nearpod telling you that you got this account. So don't create an account just now, okay? Tina is doing a great job by getting everybody a teacher school user account. Okay, so here, this is how you're going to have all your lessons and all the activities. So here, let's go to Nearpod lesson library, right? You can type here what you are looking for. Look at that, that's great, right? And all the Nearpod virtual reality, all the things that you can do, and all the grades, features, but also here you can look at the subjects on the left, language arts. It will show you all these things and you can explore them. And I will invite you to check, because you can get lost in time just checking all the things that they offer. You can check math, right? I know we have a lot of math teachers here, and they give you warm-ups. So let me go back. So I will encourage you to look at this. Also, let me go back to my library. Here's for groups, right? And this is something that if you have ESL students, this is great for us teachers. So I'm so excited to show you this. So you can preview the lesson, and then you will add it to your library, right? So you can just preview and just check this out, and of course, check the grades, but a lot of these things you can use with your students as well, okay? And let's go here. You have all these topics, social and emotional learning. So get here and explore what are the tools that the library thinks that Nearpod offers, okay? So let me come back to the presentation. So just summarizing, you can use this Nearpod for your whole lesson plan. We've been promoting the 4Cs for such a long time, right? So I know you guys, I'm assuming that you already are so familiar with it. So you can use this, and I'm just going to say it. You can use this for a connection activity, as a content activity, as a practice, and as a conclusion. As you saw, there are so many options. You just have to be creative and just play with this program. You can adapt this to all subjects. It works for mobile devices, as you see, so fun. I mean, I am looking at my phone when I'm trying to see if I messed up, and actually looks so good on my phone. So I didn't mess up yet, so I'm so happy. Thank you for sticking with me. Whoop, I don't want to talk that soon. Also, the great part about Nearpod is that all the tools are in one place. So no more overwhelming your students with Pull Everywhere, Flipgrid, and WhatsApp. You can use just this and just find your perfect tools that work for you and your students. And the reporting capabilities are outstanding. And this is the last thing I'm going to show you, because I wanted to finish this presentation and for you to already try all the tools that I had prepared for you. So did I miss something? I think Nearpod sounds and looks so, I hope I did a good job showing you all the tools and all the things that you could do. I'm sure we have a lot of creative teachers in this group, And if you have any comments, please share with us. We would love to hear how you're using Nearpod in your classroom. So just to, and I want everybody to, yes, I want everybody use this space and before are posted. So let's click that. So now this is a collaborative activity. So please share with us what part of Nearpod do you like the most. You can write one or just you write the whole thing, all the things that you like about Nearpod. So here I got one comment. Engagement potential, yes. So this is great because when you get serious students that post funny things, you can actually monitor that. So that's how people can start posting things, the surveys. Perfect. So, and you can click and give them hearts, right? So, perfect. It's interaction. That's fantastic. So I'm going to approve all of these things. It's so great, right? So now, before you leave, I want to show you how you access to the reports, right? That will be the last part of this presentation. So you can see what I was talking about, correct? So I'm just going to add this last one. Okay, so let's go back to the Nearpod main page. I mean, remember, this is the teacher view. You're going to still having the bulletin board. So start practicing, but I mean, you can still add in some comments. That's what I meant. So now you go to the left and you're going to scroll down and go to reports, right? Click here. And this is the one that we just did, right? So let me see. This is that one. Session. Oh, let me see. Session term. Perfect. 21 students. Wow. Thank you guys for being here. So we're going to click here. And this is what it looks, right? So it tells you how many students, the date, the time, and all my students right here who participated. Great, right? So if you didn't participate, I'm going to call you back, right? So now, well, that was the pool. The draw it activity, you can see all the feelings of your students, right? And remember, this is the teacher view. So you, in a way, this is private. So students will not see this. You are the only ones who's going to have control. And I'm just going to check how Adrian is because she's cheerful. Hey, Adrian. So yeah, you can see all these things here, which is great. And they collaborate. These are all the tools. So you can check who participated and who didn't. So this is a great way to have accountability about the participation of your students and also tracking the time for your reporting, right? Reporting hours online. So with that, I'm gonna come back to my, let me see here, presentation. Thank you all for joining me today. These are some more resources, so I encourage you to check this out. Again, don't create an account yet because you're going to get your the instructions through an email from Nearpod, okay? And if you haven't get it in a moment, just let us know. We will take care of that, but we are in the process, so be patient, okay? You're soon gonna have this tool to explore and to play around. And thank you for joining me and join us. Thank you, Jamie. Please let me know if there are questions. And thank you. I got a little confused sometimes because having the student view and the teacher view can be challenging, but I really want for you to experiment both so you can feel what your students will feel when you show them this tool, okay? So thank you for that. And Jamie, is there any questions? I mean, there are any questions.
Nancy was wondering how you present this to your students. Do you use Google Meet for your presentation? What platform do you use for the presentation of it?
You know, I've been using Nearpod, right? But because yes, Nearpod. Before I use Meet, right? But now because I'm recording the meetings, I will do the same that we are doing now. So I will share my presentation, my screen on Google Meet, record the whole presentation, and yes, you have it as a backup for the students that miss the class. Okay? Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And Guillermo had asked, does the program track student assignment completion? So you had talked about with the reporting how you can see who answered your activities. I think his goes a little bit deeper. Like if you were to assign an assignment through Nearpod, does it track their assignment completion?
As you the thing is that because the assignment are just tools, right? You have questions, so they will tell you, I mean, it will show you. Let me come back if I have the same screen to the assignment. 1 second. Let me see how it come back. Okay, so let me see here, summary. Yeah, you have here the percentages of like the work they did, participation pool. So assignment itself, maybe I don't know if you're talking about having different questions, but it will tell you who finished the questions that you put or not in a percentage, like this way, right? Like for example, you have a 50% here, 100%. So I hope that is what it will help you to answer your question. You can see exactly who did it or not, basically, and that's how you will track the participation and the completion. Guillermo, did I answer your question?
Please feel free to unmute if you wanted to add to that, Guillermo.
Great, thank you. Yeah, somewhat like that. That's what I was looking at. I mean, showing completions, they get the work done, collaborations, but this is more or less like doing a class and having students attend the class, and that's how you get your collaboration recorded. But I was wondering if we did it for, say, online, when an assignment, they have to take care of that.
Okay, so that's a great question. Actually, something that I wanted to mention, but I think it's going to mess up the presentation on your phone. But because we are done, I'm going to show you how that works. Okay. So if you can mute yourself a little bit, please, so because I hear some. Thank you so much. So let me show you. So you're not going to see the presentation on your phone anymore. Okay, I'm going to go back. So the session is over. Okay, so I want to leave this session. I'm going to say yes. And then this is the way that you're going to see this session as a student paced. So what you're saying, Guillermo, is to give it an assignment. And yes, I'm showing you this in a synchronous way, live way. But if a student misses the session or you want to do an assignment, you're gonna click in this way, student paced. And it's going to create a new code, right? Not the same code. Now the code that I gave you for this you're not going to access to this presentation live anymore because I ended the session. But you have the option for everybody to come and play with this after, right? You miss the session, but you want to keep exploring. Okay. And here you're going to click, yes, I want students to do the submissions after. And it gives you a time, and that's the thing that I haven't used this as much. And there is a tutorial that you can explore. And then that will allow students to access the presentation at any time. So then you're going to click progress, view progress, and then it will show you who's doing it and who is not doing it. Okay. So of course, in this case, you don't have anyone because nobody's accessing this presentation, but you can do it. Make sense?
Okay. Yes, it makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope I helped this. I answer your question, Guillermo. If you have questions, just send me an email too. Okay, I will be glad to explore further this.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, Jamie?
Yeah. So Teresa Guevara said she wasn't necessarily sure about that first answer to Nancy's question. She said, so do you create everything in Nearpod, but then you meet with students in Google Meet if you were going to do a live lesson?
Okay, so let me come back to the Nearpod. Okay, forget about the codes of this session because I stopped, right? So every time you stop a session, it's going to make a new code. Okay, that's very important to remember. So I want to leave this session. So, okay, so I'm here, right? So you create, as I show you, you're going to create your, let me see here, edit. Oh no, live session. So you just have your session here. You create your Google slide, like I show you. Let me see where I found that. This is the one that I created just for this presentation. I think it is. Okay. This is the one that I made during this presentation, right? So you're going to to imagine that this is done. You got your presentation, is you're finished. Then you're going to go to add-ons, and you're going to go to Nearpod and open Nearpod, right? So your lesson is ready. You are done. You're going to share that with the, I don't know, it didn't work. Okay, open Nearpod. Oh, it's working. Yeah. So you have it here. You're ready to share this with your students. What you're going to do is save and go to Nearpod. Okay. Now that is done, you are going to take a little time. This is the presentation that we just made. It's ready to present for students. And sorry, it's taking a little time. So now you're going to go to a live session. Let me see here. Why is not? Here, live session, right? You have it right here. And here I have my Meet window open, right? So you now you see I'm presenting, so I'm sharing this my Nearpod. So the students will see the same. What I'm doing Meet is because I'm recording what I'm saying, because the students will be able to see the slides in a self-paced mode, but they're not going to get the explanations that the teacher is saying. So now the students could get the live session, but you are recording everything. So what you have to do is to share your whole screen, because you're going to go, if you find a problem, probably you're gonna go back to Meet, or like that's the thing that it works best for me as a teacher, is sharing my whole screen and move through the little tabs. However, because like we did in this presentation, as a student, you're just gonna see the content that is in the with the code, right? You're going to hear what I'm saying because you are live. But for the people that are not, they're going to access only the slides, but they're going to watch the video just to get the explanation, the verbal explanation. Does it make sense? Did that answer your question, Teresa?
She said, thank you for the clarification. So yes, she said, yes, thank you.
Okay.
That did.
Okay.
Nancy was wondering when might be the best time to get some follow-up help on Nearpod. She was wondering if everybody from the distance learning support team was familiar with Nearpod, and I cannot speak for everybody, but I know that I do not have experience with Nearpod. So, Monse, you might be the go-to person on that.
Well,
yeah,
the thing is that I've been using Nearpod. I used the free version for a long time, and now we got the new version of the school. It's a little different, but not as different as I expected, to be honest. But however, we didn't have access before to the library and some tools. So yes, it's going to take a little time to explore, and we really want to create some workshops for everyone to access and do more short sessions where we can explain step by step how to create a presentation, how to share the screen. As the point of this webinar was to do a whole overview, right? And of course, I'm confident with technology because I've been using it for a long time. So we are not expecting that you already do all these things so fast, right? But yes, Nancy, we are going to work doing workshops, and I'm sure we are going to get trained to learn more about Nearpod in this new capacity, because we have this great account that has more power in terms of the access to the tools that they are sharing with us, like the library and the teacher support. So, but I think soon, I will say, because the year is going to be over soon, we have to check on with Tina about that. But yes, we're going to have some sessions for sure.
Monse, that sounds like a good place for me to jump in.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know you were here, Bob. I hope I did a good job representing you.
You did a great job. I think Nearpod is so big and there's so much. It's really hard to do an introduction in this short period of time. And Monse, thank you so much. I think you did an excellent job of showing us some of the key features and how you've been using it. And I think we all need to thank Monse for saying, if we can do this, if we can get a school account, this would be fantastic. So had she not been urging for us to do that, we wouldn't have access to this fabulous tool. And the more I look at it, the more excited I get about it. So Monse and Jamie are absolutely right. Most of us have not yet used Nearpod, but I'm very excited about all of the possibilities. I did post in the chat, when you log into Nearpod, you can either go to teacher resources, or you can go directly to nearpod.com/resources. There are all kinds of recorded webinars, teaching videos on how to use Nearpod. So yes, we will, as Cash also said in the chat, we will all be learning together. So I really want us to make the best use of this tool this year, to be able to share lessons and what we're doing. So that's the other thing I'm very excited about, is being able to have a shared library of really good lessons that teachers have done. The other thing, when you get into the lessons, you can get into a lesson and you can modify the lesson, so you're not stuck with some canned lesson that somebody else created. You can modify it for your needs. The other thing I did want to mention, that if you already have an NM account and you've logged in the last 3 months, so if you're on here, you've probably logged in, you can just go to nearpod.com, and it asks if you want to log in with your Google account, and you can log in there and use your NM email, and it should show that you are already registered. If it doesn't, please contact me. Right now, I'm the only one who can put you in. So it will require an NM account. You can also get an NM account at the NM website, and I will post that link in here shortly. If you have one and Nearpod, again, doesn't say that you have the school account, contact me. I may have made some mistakes in finding people who have logged in the last 3 months. But thank you, everyone. I feel some good excitement around this.
Yeah, thank you, Tina, for the clarification. It's true, we just got this account, so I haven't been able to explore fully the potential, but I just wanted to give you an overview of all the exciting tools and the ones I've been using the most, because I've been using this for a long time, but actually having this upgrade is just fantastic. Like I've been saying, I feel like a kid now in a candy store with all these tools and fun things to do for online learning. So thank you for joining us, and I hope it wasn't as overwhelming as I hope that this presentation didn't overwhelm you and show you and give you excitement and some inspiration to make good lessons and fun lessons for the learners. So Don said he went to nearpod.com. So we can talk about it soon, but thank you. And I don't want to take more your time. Thank you for joining us again. And have a great day. If you have questions, just email us. We will be happy to work with you.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Jamie, too, for facilitating.
You're most welcome.
And for working with me with all these experiments.
It's fun.
Love it, Jamie.
All right.